All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're tackling a massive misconception in the off-grid world. We're looking into why running a 24/7 solar setup actually requires roughly 3 times more panels than standard math tells you. It all boils down to a massive hidden trap known as the recovery deficit. If you are running continuous loads, things like security cameras, off-grid refrigeration, or Wi-Fi routers, relying on standard textbook energy math is literally going to leave you in the dark.
So let's dive into this, because there is a huge gap between textbook solar and real-world solar. Most of the standard solar education out there treats your system like a super simple daily calculator. You just match up your total watt hours, right? Well, the moment you introduce a continuous, never-ending load, that simplistic math completely falls apart. Out in the real world, continuous solar isn't a balance sheet. It's a dynamic, high-stakes recovery loop.
And honestly, it is such a silent trap. I mean, it makes perfect sense on paper. You calculate what you use in a day, you match it to your panels based on peak sun hours, and boom, you call it a day. But out in the wild, that daily calculator approach is basically a myth. It totally ignores the actual timeline of when your energy is being drawn and when it's being replaced. Here's exactly why that standard education sets us up to fail. First off, it assumes perfectly stable sunlight and flawless electrical efficiency, which, let's be real, never happens. But worse than that, it treats your solar panels and your batteries like they're two entirely independent systems. Actually, scratch that. They aren't independent at all. When a load never stops running, your panels and your battery are locked together in one deeply stressed energy loop. Which brings us to the core of the issue, the recovery deficit. This is the cold, hard engineering reality where your continuous loads are essentially stealing energy during the exact same daylight hours your system is desperately trying to recharge the battery. It's this vicious cycle. The battery never truly gets a chance to get ahead because that 24/7 load is constantly sipping from the well at the exact same time you're trying to fill it. Because of this deficit, your incoming solar energy is stretched unbelievably thin. Every single hour of sunlight is fiercely thought over. It's split into 4 competing priorities. You've got to run the immediate load, you're trying to recover the battery from the night before, you're battling unavoidable system conversion losses, and on top of the whole shebang, you're fighting environmental factors like ambient heat or passing clouds. Let's look at how the math actually drives this competition. Your true total demand is your 24-hour load plus that massive overnight recovery requirement. If your incoming solar energy merely equals that continuous demand, you have hit a critical failure state. Your battery is going to experience a progressive daily depletion until it mathematically just shuts down. To really grasp this, we need a complete mindset shift. Say it with me. A solar system is not a daily calculator. It is a recovery loop. Your panels are working double duty. They aren't just keeping your cameras on during the afternoon, they are actively scrambling to refill a battery that never, ever gets to rest. It is an exhausting daily marathon for your hardware. If you're having a hard time visualizing this, think about it like a giant physical water reservoir. But there's a massive hole right in the bottom. You are constantly leaking water out of the bottom 24 hours a day, nonstop, while you are frantically trying to top it off from a hose at the top. But you only get to turn that hose on for a few brief hours of sunlight a day. And what makes this even more brutal is how the technical inefficiencies rapidly stack up against you. When you run a continuous load, you don't just have one single point of failure. You've got a compounding chain of them. Every single piece of hardware between the sun and your devices is taking a small, silent cut of your available energy. Over a full 24-hour cycle, those little cuts take a heavy, unavoidable toll. Before a single watt even reaches your battery storage, it has to run a gauntlet. First, your continuous load draws its power. Then, your inverter is constantly sipping energy just by being awake. Add in the conversion losses from your MPPT charge controller, the natural resistance and voltage sag in your wiring, and finally, real-world annoyances like heat derating in clouds. Honestly, it just bleeds the system dry. So when your daily restoration job is underpowered by all of these compounding factors, you enter what engineers call a cumulative energy starvation loop. And it's completely silent. Your lights are on, the Wi-Fi's working, so everything feels totally fine on day 1 or day 2, but right beneath the surface, your battery is slowly, inevitably starving to death. The real-world dangers of underpaneling are no joke, and they get expensive fast. Tracking your batteries in a partial charge state causes permanent damage. We're talking accelerated sulfation in lead acid systems or chronic state of charge drift and low state cycling if you're running lithium iron phosphate. Plus, running your inverters at a high duty cycle with zero breaks creates intense thermal stress. It just cooks your gear.
Which brings us to an absolute golden rule for off-grid engineering. Never, ever design a continuous load system at exact parity with your daily consumption. Because if you only provide exactly what you calculated you need, your battery is never going to reach a full healthy charge. And perpetually sitting in that partial charge state means you are drastically slashing the lifespan of a very expensive battery bank. Okay, so if the textbook math is stacked against us and the hardware risks are this high, how do we actually engineer stability? We need a bulletproof way to ensure our reservoir actually fills up all the way, despite that constant leak at the bottom and despite all those compounding hardware losses. Boom. The magic number is 3x. To truly combat the recovery deficit, real-world continuous systems require roughly 3 times the nominal solar panel capacity just to survive and maintain a stable state of charge. So if your textbook daily math says you need 100 watts of panels, you actually need 300 watts. This isn't a luxury, it's an absolute engineering necessity. Because of that fierce, non-stop competition between your immediate load, the overnight recovery demand, and all those compounding system losses, your effective usable energy is functionally slashed to just 1/3 of what the box says. To get one true, real-world unit of functional power, you literally need 3 units of nameplate power on your roof. So, when we're designing for actual 24/7 success, remember that stability isn't achieved by just matching your energy. It's achieved by intentionally, aggressively exceeding your recovery demand. You have to oversize. You absolutely need enough headroom to power your live loads and shove a full, healthy charge into your battery during those incredibly short, precious peak sun hours. Just a quick reality check before we wrap this up. Dealing with high amperage battery banks and large solar arrays carries serious risks of shock or fire if you get it wrong. We are just exploring the math and the physics here for educational purposes. Always consult a qualified, licensed professional when you're designing and wiring up your own specific setups. So, as you look at your own home security cameras or your off-grid fridge or your continuous Wi-Fi network, I want you to ask yourself, are you running a truly stable, resilient solar system? Or is your incredibly expensive equipment just quietly failing inside a partial cycle loop, starving for a full charge it's never going to get? Run the numbers, check your recovery deficit, and make absolutely sure your system is built to survive the real world,